Hello everyone, my name is Dina Campos and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on the interactive activity part of the lesson plan that I've created, construction, workers, sentence, site. So this activity I actually built on this interactive whiteboard, and so what this activity is about is breaking down sentences that are incorrect, because the lesson plan is about teaching the correct punctuation marks and the correct way to form sentences. So just to give you a feedback on the beginning of how this lesson started, there would be a video where the students will learn all about what construction workers do and their role in our society. And that is to give the students a solid background of what construction workers do and how they will become construction workers on a construction site, breaking down incorrect sentences and forming correct sentences. So here we have a construction site, and there are 4 blocks. We have on the right side 2 hammers. The 2 hammers indicate there are 2 incorrect sentences. So what the students will do is they will use the hammer and they will read the sentence and they will find the ones that are incorrect. When they find the one that is incorrect, they will take the hammer and smash right through that sentence, and by moving the hammer to the sentence, and then they're going to write it correctly. They will talk about what made that sentence incorrect. So let's say there's a student right now that's interacting. You guys are seeing this and you are reading the sentence, and the first one says, Stanley called in sick today. Now, you know automatically, you're thinking about it, you're looking at the sentence. Stanley, the S in Stanley, it should be capital. So you will go and correct that. And now, should there be a question mark here? Stanley called in sick today. No. So now you erase the question mark and you would put the proper punctuation mark. It would be a period. That means this sentence, bam, it needed to be corrected. It needed to be broken down. Next one. Will you come to the park with me? Is this one correct? Well, they're asking someone to come to the park with them. It is an asking statement. Therefore, this one is correct. It does not need the hammer. We'll look for the next one. Yesterday's adventure was wild. But does that sound like it was wild? Not exactly. So this one needs the hammer, because if it was wild with strong feelings and emotion, it should have an exclamation point. So students will go around and they'll engage in this construction sentence work site. They will break down sentences that are incorrect, fix the ones, that are incorrect. And then these are correct, so these do not need to be changed. And so we will do that again for the next slide. We'll go into the other board, which it is the same as the first one, but this one has different sentences. So this one says, when are we going to have dinner? Does that sound correct? It's a question, so yes, it's correct. The next one, I cannot wait to go on vacation. That one is correct because that one has an exclamation point. There's a capital letter in the beginning of the sentence, and there are no grammatical errors. Now, do you see how this interactive activity would play out? Students will take the hammer, break down the ones that are incorrect. They will make the changes on the interactive smartboard, and the ones that are okay, of course, they will say why they're okay. Like the one that we just read, I cannot wait to go on vacation, because it's strong feelings. I mean, who wouldn't be happy to go on vacation, right? So the next one is it was all his fault. Now, let's listen to that. It was all his fault. This needs to be corrected. It was all his fault. That means this one needs a hammer. Bam. Now, the next one. Do you love ice cream? Well, this is a question. So that needs to be changed. And that needs a capital letter. Sorry. So this one also needed a hammer. And so we are done with this activity. Students will continue to do some more of these activities, and then we move on to the other activity, which is a punctuation playground game. So this punctuation playground game, you would click here and it would take you to a YouTube video.
Punctuation Playground. Welcome to the playground. Today we're learning all about punctuation marks. Sentences need punctuation marks. But what are they? Why do we need them? A punctuation mark is a symbol that helps us to understand the sentence better. Some common punctuation marks are periods, question marks, and exclamation points. Periods, question marks, and exclamation points can all go at the end of a sentence. So how do we know which punctuation mark to use? The period. We can use a period at the end of a telling sentence. They are sitting on the swings. That's a telling sentence, so we'll use a period at the end. Here's another telling sentence. We are playing in the sandbox. That sentence would also get a period. The question mark. We can use a question mark at the end of a sentence that is asking a question. Do you want to swing with me? That sentence is asking a question, so we'll use a question mark at the end. Here's another question. Why are they running? The exclamation point. We can use an exclamation point at the end of a sentence to show excitement. I learned how to do a cartwheel. We'll use an exclamation point for this sentence because this friend is excited that they learned how to do a cartwheel. Here is another sentence that shows excitement. The monkey bars are so fun. Now let's see if you can choose a punctuation mark for the sentences. Here's the first one. I can't wait for my birthday. Would you choose a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point for that sentence? An exclamation point. I can't wait for my birthday. The person is excited about their birthday. Exclamation points are used to show excitement. Here's the next one. Where are you going? Would you choose a period, question mark, or exclamation point? A question mark. Where are you going? This sentence is asking a question. We use a question mark at the end of sentences that are asking questions. Here's the last one. I went down the slide. Would you use a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point? A period. I went down the slide. This sentence is telling us information. We use a period at the end of a telling sentence. Great work learning about punctuation marks. Thanks for visiting our playground.
And so what we would do there is go over that video as a class, and we would answer those questions, and every student would get the opportunity to answer the questions. Would they use a punctuation mark? Would they use a question mark? Would they use an exclamation mark? Would they use a period? And so forth and so on. And after that, then the class will go and they would get construction paper, and there will be cutouts of words, and there will be cutouts of punctuation marks, where every student will get some of those cutout words and punctuation marks, and with construction paper they will build their own construction site. So they would have buildings on their construction paper, and they will be building their own sentences using the cutouts from the words and cutouts from the punctuation marks. And then to finalize, what I would use to assess their learning, I would use their project. So I would go over their project of how they built their sentences. Did they remember that there's a capital letter at the beginning of every sentence? Did they use the proper punctuation marked for each sentence? How were their sentences? Were they clear? Did they make sense? What was the details that they used? The design? Did their project look clean and concise? And did they use all the words and the creativity side of it? How did it look and all that stuff? And that would be what I would use. I would go over their projects and see, based on what they created and the words they used and how they formed those sentences, if they really got a clear understanding of how to use punctuation, how to build sentences, how to break them apart. And those are my lessons. Those are my activities. So I hope you guys enjoyed and you learned something. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.